Okay, this is 1850 points of Space Wolves, and here's Will to talk us through what he's got.
Okay, today we've got 3 formations in this 1850 army list. We've got the Wolfen Murder Pack, which is 2 squads of 5 Wolfen. They're equipped exactly the same: 2 Thunderhammer Storm Shields, 2 Frost Claws, and 1 with the Great Frost Axe. Then moving up, we've got the Spear of Russ formation, which is an Iron Priest in a Land Raider Crusader. And accompanying them is 3 individual Vindicators, not as a squadron, just 3 separate units. And then last but not least, we have got the new Death Pack formation from the starter box, which has got my HQ, which is a Wolf Lord on a Thunderwolf, accompanying 4 Thunderwolf Cavalry, 3 with Wolf Claws and 1 with a Power Fist, all with Storm Shields. And then last but not least, we've got 10 Grey Hunters with 2 Melters, and the Wolf Pack leader has got a Combi Melter, and they're in a drop pod.
Here is 1,850 points of Craftworld Eldar and Dark Eldar Alliance. And here's Alex to let us know what he's got.
Okay, so today we have a Craftworld Eldar Combined Arms attachment, starting with Farseer on a Skyrunner. He has the Spirit Stone of Anathlan, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. Then I have 2 troops choices of 3 Scatter Bikes. I know they have Shuriken Cannons, but yeah, so over to the Warp Spiders. It's just 6 guys, basic.
No Exarch?
No Exarch. Then we have Wraithguard with D-Sives riding in a Wave Serpent that is equipped with Hollowfields and Twin Link Bright Lance and underslung Shuriken Cannon. We then have a WYSIWYG Wraith Lord.
Knight.
Wraith Knight, that one. And yeah, so scatter lasers, and then the Shimmer Shield and the Sword. Then over to another Combined Arms detachment. This time it's a Archon, who's going to be represented by the Incubi model. All he has is Haywire Grenades and a Webway Portal. We have 2 5-man Cavalite Warrior squads, no Exarchs, and basically they're just going in the Venoms, which have both been upgraded with 2 Splinter Cannons. In Fast Attack, we have 3 Venoms, all upgraded with dual Splinter Cannons. We then also have Scourges, so 4 of them have Haywire Blasters. This guy here doesn't. And then in heavy support, we have a Ravager upgraded with 3 Dark Lancers.
Right, so Eldar versus Space Wolves. This is the table we're doing today. We've got Vanguard Strike Deployment, and we're playing the Relic, which in this instance is that little marker right there, slap bang in the middle of the table. Warlord traits for the Space Wolves. We have Strategic Genius, so he gets +1 to reserves, and re-roll sees the initiative rolls.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
The Eldar got Targeting something or other, which means target priority, which means every unit within 12 inches of the Warlord gets to re-roll 1s on shooting. And the Warlord is the Farseer, I assume?
Yep.
And his psychic powers, he has rolled Eldritch Storm on the Eldar table, and Misfortune and Forewarning on Divination.
Just to point out as well, my Warlord is the Iron Priest in this game.
Okay, lovely. So, let's get on to rolling for sides for deployment, and then we'll come back once both sides are deployed. So, deployment for the Space Wolves. They won the roll to deploy first, and chose to do so. Vindicator, Wolfen, Thunderwolves on the left. Land Raider with Wolfen and Iron Priest.
Indeed.
In the middle with one of the Vindicators and a second Vindicator on the right. Eldar, we have Wave Serpent with Wraith Guard, 1 unit of bikes, the Wraith Knight up at the front, 2nd unit of bikes at the back, 2 units of Cabalite Warriors in Venoms in the centre, 3 empty Venoms, and the Ravager on the right of their line, and the Warp Spiders are on the table to begin with. That's it. So currently Space Wolves are going first.
Someone sees
I assume Alex wants to seize the initiative.
Don't. Please don't. Not for the second time in a day.
Oh,
that was
That's a 2.
so
So,
that was
Space Wolves, turn 1. Okay, so Will's going to bring his drop pod full of Grey Hunters in here, we think.
Is that 11 all round? Or is it 11,
11, 11, 10, I think, on a Ravager.
You won't be able to get to the back, though.
No, in which case I might just drop it there.
Slight change of plan.
Yep.
Just in front.
Just to avoid the side of the board. Done.
There we go. Let's get on with the rest of the turn. Alright, turn 1 movement for the Space Wolves. This Vindicator on the far right has just shifted over a bit, so it's got line of sight and just about range on the Wave Serpent. This Vindicator's not in range, unfortunately, but it has line of sight through the door at the jet bikes over there. He's just ever so slightly out of range. The Land Raider moved up 12 into the middle. The Thunderwolf Cavalry have also moved 12, just jumping up and over the fence. Wolfen 6,
Yep.
full distance, straight in the middle. And the Vindicator on the left has moved up 6 and has range on the Warp Spiders just around the corner. And the drop pod with the Grey Hunters came in here. Okay, let's get on to shooting for the Space Wolves in turn 1. So shooting phase turn 1 for the Space Wolves. Vindicators are rubbish.
Yes.
I think is all what we can establish from that, Will.
Yep.
So this Vindicator over here fired at the Venom.
Well, 12 inches for scatter.
Scattered off massively and then did nothing with his snap-firing Stormbolter afterwards. This Vindicator in the middle just turbo boosted forwards because it wasn't in range of anything to shoot. This Vindicator on the right fired at the Wave Serpent and again did absolutely nothing because of massive scatter, as Will said. The Land Raider Crusader used Power of the Machine Spirit on its assault cannons, which had been granted Tank Hunter by the Iron Priest inside it, and destroyed that Venom over there, didn't blow it up. The Wolfen and the Thunderwolf Cavalry ran a few inches each.
Yep.
And the Grey Hunters that drop potted in fired 2 melter guns and a combi melter
At the
the Ravager that was there, got 3 pens and exploded it. The resulting explosion killed 1 Grey Hunter and did nothing else. So that's that. I think that's all the shooting.
That was all the shooting.
Okay, so we're on to assault phase turn 1 for the Space Wolves. And I think I'm right in saying the only thing is the Thunderwolf Cavalry attempting a very long charge at the Warp Spiders there.
Yes.
Let's do it. Assault phase, the Thunderwolves failed their charge. It was an 11-inch charge, they didn't make it, and the Warp Spiders killed nobody in Overwatch. So let's go to Eldar turn 1 movement, see what happens. Alright, so turn 1 movement for the Eldar. The jet bikes that were over there come back down here. The jet bikes that were here with the Farseer have come over this side. Looks like they're going to be focusing on the Thunderwolves. The 2 Cabalite Warrior Venoms, which were over there by the Grey Hunters, have jumped up on the building. Looks like they're probably going over that way as well. And the 2 remaining fast attack Venoms have just shifted back 12. The Warp Spiders did their jumpy thing and have moved from over by the trees to over here. Wraith Knight has jumped over the building, going after that Vindicator. The Wave Serpent on the left has moved forwards and looks like it's getting side arc on that Vindicator over there. So Psychic phase, turn 1 for the Eldar, coming up next. Okay, because I forgot about it, the Eldar Psychic phase is going to be combined in here with the shooting phase. Psychic phase, we had the Eldritch Storm dropped Apocalyptic Blast, pretty much bang on top of the drop pod. Did nothing to the drop pod and killed, what, 1 or 2 Grey Hunters?
2 Grey Hunters, I think.
Yeah, didn't really do very much, unfortunately, but they are pinned.
Yes.
And they then had Misfortune cast upon them as well, so everything that was shooting at them classed as being rending, which was these 2 Venoms.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
There are now 2 left over. Unfortunately, they all died. The Warp Spiders, these 2 Venoms, and all of the Scatter Lasers fired at the Thunderwolves. Killed the first 2, but then the Lord tanked loads of wounds, but he's unfortunately down to 1 remaining. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they would have been dead if he hadn't have tanked them all. The Wraith Knight fired its 2 Scatter Lasers at the Vindicator over there, but did 1 pen. Penetrating hit. Did a weapon destroyed, and Will, to his eternal joy, paid 5 points for the Storm Bolter, and that's what was destroyed. And the Wave Serpent here fired its Bright Lances at the side of the... Oh, and Shuriken Cannon, sorry, at the side of this Vindicator here, and did nothing.
Lots of ones.
Assault phase, turn 1, Eldar. So maybe some jet bike moves, maybe some jump pack moves.
Maybe some charges.
Oh, and a charge, of course, from the Wraith Knight over there. So here we go, 1 charge from a Wraith Knight coming up.
8
inches required. That's 4 and a 1. Is he
5.
fleet?
I don't think so.
Don't think really.
Okay. So there we go. Maybe some jetpack moves, maybe some jet bike moves. That's about it. Eldar Assault Phase turn 1, as we saw, the Wraith Knight failed his charge at the Vindicator, and the 2 units of jet bikes have just used their little jet bike move to jump back a little bit. That's it. On to turn 2, movement phase for the Space Wolves. Turn 2's movement phase for the Space Wolves. I wasn't in the room, so I wasn't paying attention. Will, can you talk us through?
Vindicator moved up 12 because it wasn't in range of anything.
Excellent.
Those Grey Hunters have stayed where they are.
Because they were pinned last turn?
Yep.
Okay.
The Wolfen rolled a 4 on the table, so giving plus 3 inches to movement, runs, and charges.
Excellent.
So the Thunderwolf has moved up 15 to get in good range of everything on that side of the table. This Vindicator has moved up and has just got line of sight on that far Venom there.
Okay.
Land Raider moved across, disembarked the Wolfen, who should hopefully be able to get a good charge off on the Wraith Knight. And this Vindicator braved dangerous terrain to get a shot on one of the Warp Spiders over there.
Okay, lovely. Let's go on to shooting phase, turn 2 for the Space Wolves. So the shooting phase for the turn 2
Not bad, actually.
Space Wolves, was it?
Not bad.
It was good.
So we'll start over this side. This Vindicator fired at the Warp Spiders that were stood in a nice little line here, but they flicker jumped over there. The Wolfen ran 6 inches, so they've got a nice tasty 7-inch charge against the Wraith Knight. The Land Raider Crusader fired its assault cannons using Tank Hunter at the Wave Serpent, got 2 pens, but they were both saved by the Hollow Fields.
Yep.
This Vindicator here in the middle fired at the Venom on the left.
Got immobilised.
Yeah. Immobilised result, no damage on the second one.
No, that was saved.
The drop pod, the 2 snap firing,
And the Storm Bolter.
the Storm Bolter. 2 snap firing gone to ground Grey Hunters and the snap firing Storm Bolter from the Vindicator.
Quite a lot of hits.
All fired at the left hand immobilised Venom, but passed all its invulnerable saves. These guys did nothing.
They moved and I don't think they ran. They just stayed in there.
They have not done anything, and he
was
did
up
nothing at
12.
all either.
Yeah, he's moved up, yeah.
So that's it. Assault phase. Turn 2. Space Wolves. We've got what? Wolfen
and the Thunderwolves.
and Thunderwolves. Do you want to roll them while we're here?
That's a 5-inch charge.
I don't know if I'm going to multi-assault with the Thunderwolves.
Okay, we'll let him make a decision, and we'll come back to you. So turn to assault phase for the Space Wolves. The Wolfen over here successfully charged the Wraith Knight, and the Thunderwolf Cavalry over here have successfully multi-charged both of those two Venoms, and the Warp Spiders, they didn't lose anybody to Overwatch. So let's roll these up and come back to you once the resolution is done. Okay, so turn 2 assault for the Space Wolves. The Wolfen charged into the Wraith Knight. They both did 3 wounds to each other. So that's a draw in combat, and they are locked up, which is nice for the Wolfen. The Thunderwolf cavalry over here charged both of those 2 Venoms and the Warp Spider squad that was there. Hammer of Wrath took off the last hull point on the immobilised Venom to the left of the shot. Also did a hull point to the Venom in the middle and killed a Warp Spider. And then the combination of all the other attacks for the Thunderwolves killed everything else, and they just consolidated back into cover. So that's that. That's the end of Space Wolves turn 2. We are on to Dark Eldar turn 2. And have you rolled for your reserves?
No.
So let's do that now. Do you want to just do it in the middle of the table? Here we go. 5. That is 1 squad of Scourges deep striking in. Movement phase, Eldar turn 2. Here we go. Turn 2 movement phase for the Eldar. These guys deep struck in here, the webway portal, meaning they didn't scatter. They're within range to chuck all of their haywire at the Land Raider, I assume.
Yep.
Wave Serpent has moved over. Has got rear armour shots on the Vindicator. Again, I assume.
Yep.
These guys locked in combat. The 2 Venoms jumped off the building here, down to here.
No bikes.
No immobilised or anything. They passed their terrain test. They're probably going to shoot at the Thunderwolf cavalry over there.
Shoot at them.
And all of the bikes have just jumped from over here round to here. And again, funnily enough, they're probably going to be shooting at those Thunderwolves.
Yep.
You reckon?
Okay, so let's get on to Psychic phase for the Eldar in turn 2.
Fuck.
That was huge.
That's
Okay,
bullshit.
so turn 2 shooting phase for the Eldar. Not particularly successful at all, as you can probably tell. So the Scourges with their 4 Haywire blasters and the Archon that's tucked in the middle chucked a Haywire grenade. 3 hits, I think it was.
Well, 3,
Yeah,
one
3
grenade,
ones
one grenade
for the
hit,
Haywire results.
And the Haywire,
And
yeah.
then all ones,
Yeah.
I think.
Everything was one.
The Wave Serpent here fired its Shuriken Cannon and Serpent Shield at full BS. And stripped off the whole point of that one. So that is destroyed.
Barely.
Wrecked, rather. The 2 Venoms here have killed all of the Thunderwolves that were over there. And then the 5 bikes that could see from here fired through the door of the ruin in the middle into
Weapon
the
destroyed.
side of the Vindicator, and once again Will's 5-point upgrades have come into play and it's destroyed the Stormbolter. So that's the end of that, and we're on to Assault phase, turn 2 for the Eldar. So we've got the Wraith Knight combat in the middle, and the bikes are probably going to do some jumping.
Yes.
Let's take it away. So the turn 2 assault phase for the Eldar. The bikes that were in a nice line over here
I'm never
have
gonna get
just
bikes.
jumped
Ever.
into the corner around the building. The combat with between the Wraith Knight and the Wolfen. The Wraith Knight killed 3
Yep.
of the Wolfen, and then their Death Frenzy attacks and the
That's.
attacks at initiative
Yeah.
killed it back. So this one little dude, Thunderhammer and Storm Shield, has just consolidated towards the Wave Serpent. So we are going into turn 3 for the Space Wolves. Let's go. This is the movement phase, turn 3 for the Space Wolves. Vindicator on the far side busted through the wall, didn't immobilise itself fortunately, in an attempt to get range on these guys, but it's about
One
what,
inch
half an
out.
inch short.
Yeah.
The Wolfen got a 6-inch move through cover, so it looks like they're going to be coming after these guys. The Grey Hunters that were pinned last turn are making a break for the Relic.
Yep.
It's still a turn or 2 away though, unfortunately. This Vindicator in the middle has just spun round. Looks like he's probably going to try and take on the Wave Serpent, as is the Land Raider, who didn't immobilise itself and just moved forwards a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and this little chap down here is attempting to get out of the way of the Vindicator shot, but still be able to charge whatever he can afterwards. Shooting phase, turn 2 for turn 3 even for the Space Wolves. Shooting turn 3 for the Space Wolves. The Vindicator fired, did a glancing hit to this Wave Serpent, which is a little bit unfortunate. The twin-linked assault cannons, which had Tank Hunter, did nothing. The Hurricane Bolter firing at the Scourges did nothing. They ran 2 inches.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Did you want to run those? You want to run those, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
so
you're
a little bit of run
Yeah,
for the
of course
Grey
I
Hunters
was.
in the middle.
That's fine.
4.
Inches.
Okay, and that's that. So, are there any assaults to do, or should we just skip straight to the Eldar?
You probably want to
Just
assault
over
there.
here.
You don't have to assault it, it's fine.
Okay, so assault phase. Space
Roll
Wolves
the
turn
charge
3.
distance.
So the assault phase turn 3 for the Space Wolves. The Wolfen failed their charge, but didn't take any wounds from Overwatch. And this little dude over here destroyed the Wave Serpent. It exploded, killed one of the Wraithguard. So that's it. And we're on to turn 3 for the Eldar and Dark Eldar. Turn 3 movement for the Eldar. The bikes have just jumped forward from where they were in the corner by that building. These bikes have jumped up on top of that building, looking at probably the Grey Hunters, but maybe the Vindicator.
Yeah, guys.
The 2 Venoms jumped out from the terrain onto and just behind the building. They're looking at this chap down here who's probably going to die. The 4 Wraithguard. D-sides on the Land Raider more than likely.
I would imagine so.
Yep.
The Scourges split away from the Archon, jumped up and over looking at the Vindicator in the middle. The Archon here.
Yeah, take on the.
Probably going to take on the Wolfen, but
Yeah.
might end up chucking a Haywire Grenade at the Land Raider if he gets really unlucky with his D-scythe. And that's about that. So turn 3 Psychic phase for the Eldar coming up right now. End of the shooting phase, turn 3 for the Eldar. The Wraithguard firing their D-scythes have destroyed the Land Raider but didn't explode it. And the little Iron Priest who was inside us got out there. The Scourges fired at the Vindicator in the middle and stripped the last 2 hull points from it. The bikes that were over here fired their scatter lasers at this chap here. Got 2 penetrating hits. Got shaken results.
Yep.
Oh, the Archon fired his pistol at the Wolfen but didn't do anything. This Venom up here killed the Wolfen that was down there that just destroyed the Wave Serpent. That Venom then couldn't see anything. These guys shot at the Grey Hunters that were there and killed them. That's the end of that. Oh, and the Psychic phase was uneventful, which is why we didn't film it.
I've got a 4 up invulnerable, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they've got 4 up
Coming
invulnerable.
yeah.
And that's that. So it's going on to turn 4
Yep.
for the Space Wolves. So a very eventful movement phase for the Space Wolves in turn 4. The Vindicator just moved into terrain, managed not to immobilise itself. These guys are surrounding the poor little Archon down there, so he's probably going to die. And the Iron Priest didn't move, so he's going to do some stuff to the Scourges, probably.
Maybe.
Shooting phase, turn 4 for the Space Wolves. Okay, so we'll jump straight to the assault phase because the shooting phase did nothing. So I didn't think there was much point filming it. So the Iron Priest charged into the Scourges, killed 2 and then caught them when they failed their break test. The Wolfen charged into the Archon and unsurprisingly, given that he had no war gear, completely murdered the crap out of him, and then they've consolidated backwards that way. So we're on to turn 4 movement for the Eldar and Dark Eldar. Turn 4 movement for the Eldar. Farseer and his unit of jet bikes have jumped off the building and moved forward, so it looks like they're lining up against the Wolfen or possibly the side of the Vindicator. The Wave Serpent, Venom that was tucked behind the building is now poking his nose through the doorway of this building. So they've got a view of the Iron Priest, as do the Wraithguard who move forwards. This Venom that jumped off there, parked down there, these scattered laser jet bikes are there. So that's about it. Psychic phase turn 4 for the Eldar coming up. Okay, end of shooting phase turn 4 for the Eldar. The two Venoms... Oh, sorry, Psychic phase quickly. The Wolfen had Misfortune cast on them, so every attack against them was rending. Then into the shooting phase, the Wraithguard killed the Iron Priest with their D-scythes. The two Venoms and this squad of bikes all fired into the Wolfen here, killed 2, and put a wound on this closest guy with the Storm Shield there. And the bikes over there fired into the Vindicator and destroyed it. And at that point, Will has called the game as end of turn 4. Should we do points? Is there any point? Because
no,
Will just conceded.
So.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that's the end of the game. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been pretty bloody on both sides. Lots of losses. I think the lesson from today is I don't like Wolfen.
Yeah, definitely. They're
pretty good. They're quite expensive, but they actually seem to be fairly effective. They've soaked up quite a lot of fire. The dudes over here killed a Wraith Knight.
Yeah,
and a Wave Setter.
Yeah, it was the closest. Yeah, I've been to losing.
It was still quite a convincing Eldar victory.
So had the game ended at the end of turn 4?
Yeah, that's true.
Had the game ended at the end of turn 4, which we know it can't, but if it had done, it would have been a draw. Because both sides had scored 2 points. With Linebreaker on both sides, Will got first blood, and Alex got Slay the Warlord with the Iron Priest. So, unit of the game, Alex?
I actually think purely because my Warlord got the Warlord, it's like they've got the trait, which was reroll 1s.
Yeah, that was huge.
I think probably my Warlord, believe it or not, would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this little Eldar Farseer down there on his bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will.
I would agree. That unit of Wolfen.
This unit over here that killed the Wraith Knight.
And the Wave Setter.
Yeah. I definitely think they did the best. Okay, cool.
They
Actually, that being said, the Thunderwolf Cavalry weren't bad.
Oh god,
that's true. They soaked up a lot of fire.
At all.
That's true. That was a good list. That was a very good list. It was hard. I think if it wasn't Eldar and Dark Eldar, which are broken, in my opinion, I think, that would.
I just lacked a bit of. I know the Thunderwolf Cavalry were very mobile, but the rest of my list couldn't really keep up with when they were gone.
I think maybe just purely because Eldar are so mobile,
it
is just difficult. So difficult for a Marine army to try and catch up. But
indeed.
that was good. Well played.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Very good game.
Yeah.
Right, so hope you enjoyed that one as well. Like, comment, subscribe as per usual. If there's anything we should be doing differently that you prefer to see, let us know, and we'll take it under advisement. Thanks very much, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Cheers.